The release of Cuphead brought about some interesting discussion here about difficult games. In general, I like playing a well-designed challenge of a game even though I generally suck at such games. I could play the likes of Thumper, Polybius, and the Contra games for hours even if I got absolutely nowhere. However, what are the games that are hard for all the wrong reasons? A lot of NES games, including several beloved ones, were guilty of this back in the day, but I can think of two games in particular which have provided some of the biggest disasters on that front for me in recent times: Pokken Tournament DX and NHL 18. Now don't misunderstand, I love Pokken Tournament, and I jumped at the chance to pick it up on the Switch. However, it's made me extremely thankful that all the non-cosmetic stuff is unlocked straight away, because trying to fight the computer is an exercise in torture. The artificial intelligence in Namco fighting games has always been pretty terrible from my experience. I actually broke a controller once playing Soul Calibur IV because I got so mad at the cheating computer, and Pokken's no exception. It can suddenly go into God mode and absolutely flatten you, pulling off combos which I'm sure no human can do. The only way I've found to beat them is to spam the counter move and hope it works. The hilarious thing is that I get 5-star rankings doing that, something I never get for trying to fight fairly. Fighting the computer is, frankly, a miserable experience. NHL 18, meanwhile, seems actively designed to put you off trying to play it solo. I love a good game of ice hockey, and the new threes mode which was added to the game seemed like a fun NBA Jam-style knockabout with cool extras including the ability to play as the mascots. However, even on the lowest difficulty level, the computer veers between unstoppable machines of hockey perfection and being barely able to skate. Much like your comments on the artificial intelligence with Project Cars 2, having to wait and see which one the computer settles on is a level of tension the game could be done without. Adding on to this the fact that your computer-controlled teammates are utterly useless and the game's mechanics seeming engineered in the computer opponent's favor, and the end result is that it makes trying to unlock everything a loathsome chore. I really want to believe this to be a case of git good, but it feels like no amount of practice could make these games any easier. Games like this really annoy me because every lost match, every or every life lost doesn't feel like it's a result of the game being hard, but being unfair. Does that make any sense? Andrew Middlemas GC. Perfect sense. Those are definitely the wrong kind of difficult as far as we're concerned, and typical of the sort of games that have always suffered from poor artificial intelligence.